Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video. Today I have a short speed build, something I did last night, using the new game pack of Strangerville. What I wanted to do in this pack, I think it was inspired by a build by, I think it was the Sims 4 Creations. I'll link the build in the description below, but it was to build a caravan but to have it floating, and I love the look of it. But when you see the screenshots, the build isn't going to be floating. The way you can do that is you can build on the top floor, and then since they've changed the way foundations work, you can lower the build. But then you can build stairs, and then that works. But I was having an absolute fight with this build because when I was playtesting it, because I playtest my builds only recently though, I discovered some of my older builds I forgot to playtest and they don't actually work. But anyway, when I was trying to playtest this build, my sim just couldn't enter the house, and it was frustrating me so much because I was like, I want it to float, please. It looks so good. It actually looks like a caravan, but the sim just couldn't go in, so I had to like completely change it, which is kind of why this the screenshots look a little bit different to the way the house is built, purely on the fact that I had to save the rooms and then replace them so that they could be on the ground floor so that I could put a foundation in. I still kept the wheels, but I added in grass to try and make it, or some like landscaping to try and make it look like it was more fitted into the environment, and also that the caravan has been there a while. Because the kind of the story I had for it was that it's like this cute little caravan, and it's like, why has nobody bought it yet? I didn't kind of go too rundown on the inside. It's a little bit, but not too much. But it's kind of like, obviously they're living in Strangerville, and maybe the owners who had this just like fled because of the strange things that have been going on in the town. So why has nobody bought it? So that's how I wanted to make it look like it's been sat there for a while. So yeah, I haven't had much of a chance to play Strangerville. I was having a lot of troubles on Origin because every time I tried to download it, it would automatically redirect me to the Origin Deluxe of The Sims 4, and I'm like, I don't need this. But I managed to like quickly press the buy button before it redirected me, so I did eventually get through to it. But that was like at 5:30 in the evening for me because I live in the UK. It was a little bit later and I didn't really have much of a chance to play it because I still have things to do today. But yeah, so I really like the way this build turned out. It was only like a quick little one because it's only about a 14-minute long build. But I think I'm going to do another build coming up soon using the stuff from Strangerville. But I really wanted to build a caravan because I love this lot that came with the caravans in the background. In the decorations of the lot. I think it just looked really nice, and I did like the way this lot came out. I tried to limit my packs on this. I think I did better than usual. Like, I was watching what I was putting down, and it was annoying because I wanted to put down the awning, but the only awnings that were nice were from Get to Work, and that was like the only Get to Work item I used, and I was like, oh, why? And then I really wanted those string lights from Toddler Stuff Pack, and I'm like, why can't there be other ones? Like, in the background of this build you can see some like weird cute string lights. I'm like, why weren't they included? That would have been really nice, because then I could have had string lights which didn't include Toddler Stuff Pack. And then I did use some stuff from the Laundry Day Stuff Pack because it came with just that like single hanging light bulb, and I thought that was a really nice addition to this sort of build, because then it makes it look like things have been kind of taken away, or they didn't bother putting in lampshades for their lights. But most of now, this is kind of like what the build doesn't really change from this. I do add in some like stones and extra landscaping to try and make it fit in more into the environment. And then I do add some more clutter and stuff like that. But the only thing that really changes is that it's no longer floating, if you want to use that word. But because why wouldn't it work? So I just had to put it down onto a foundation and covered that with grass. And I still think it kind of gives the same kind of aesthetic that it is a trailer, because it's got the same sort of like what's the word? Same sort of roofing. I still had the little car thing that came with Strangerville out front, and I still think it looked really nice. This is only going to be a short video because it is quite a small house to build, but I definitely am enjoying this. I don't really know what else to say now, but sorry if you can hear like anything else going in the background of this video. I live in Wales, and for some reason the weather has completely changed. Like, we've been having really, really cold weather, and then all of a sudden the weather has just got really warm, and I wasn't expecting this. And my uni room is south facing, so the sun is on it automatically, so I'm having to have like my window wide open at the moment, so I do apologize if you can hear like cars going past and all that jazz, because I'm not going to be sitting in my room baking. But yeah, so I'm kind of moving on here to the interior of the house. I wanted to give it this kind of aesthetic that was I didn't use all the rundown stuff. The annoying thing is that I wish we got more counters with this pack. Why not? Why couldn't we get more counters? But what can we do? I think that obviously this pack was more focused on gameplay, and I haven't had a chance to explore that just yet. But my main quarrel with the build and buy stuff is that none of the plants were included. I did notice that somebody has released custom content which they've managed to isolate all the plants and the caravans and put them and release them as custom content, which I think is fantastic. But I'm not really one to use custom content because I like to upload them to the gallery, and if people don't have those installed, then it limits them on if they can download the house. I'm not particularly sure on how custom content works. It's like if you download it and the custom content, you don't have it installed, does it remove it? Like, if you don't have the pack, I'm not entirely sure on how that works, but I still think if somebody could have isolated them that easily, why weren't they included? Like, that's my only issue. I know there was like a few people who were like commenting on about how like a build was the same build from the base game, and I mean, that is annoying. As soon as I entered the game, I replaced it with somebody else's one, so I didn't have to really look at that one. But I still think I still can't really comment at the moment because I still haven't explored gameplay properly. I only got up to where you open the security door and then all the spores come out and then things start growing more. That's as far as I've got. So I can't really comment on the gameplay of Strangerville. Everybody who I've seen has said they've really enjoyed it. Kind of said it's a one-time thing, but I've played through Jungle Adventure a couple of times because maybe sometimes the way I play Sims 4 is that I give each one a life, and that even though my other Sims have gone through Jungle Adventure, they haven't. So I still find like with their stories, it kind of still fits in, like, oh, they're going to go to the jungle because they want to be an archaeologist. Like, just because you haven't built an archaeologicalist destined sim doesn't mean that you can't explore Jungle Adventure over and over. And I still think I'll do that with this Strangerville gameplay. It's just fun to play it with different sims. I created a sim who is entering the military career because that's the new career that came with this pack. So I will explore that more. I probably won't upload a video of him because he was actually one of the set sims which I entered creator sim, and he appeared and I was like, you don't actually need that much editing, surprisingly, when a lot of the Sims 4 some of the Sims 4 some of the Sims 4 like I can't think of the word, sorry, preset sims, there we go, can be a little bit like, I'm not too sure about them, whereas this guy was not that bad looking, I have to say. So yeah, I'm gonna play with him, and I probably will when I upload my next build, probably talk about the gameplay a bit more. I won't say too much about it, because obviously I don't want people to watch my videos and then them haven't played Strangerville and then me spoil it for them. So I'd rather not really me say much about it, just say if I enjoyed it or not. But yeah, I think that's mostly my stuff, my rant, or my information around Strangerville. The kind of the build is coming together now. I do add in, the way I really like sometimes doing the bedroom is that you can section it off with curtains. So I do add in that aspect. And then the annoying thing is that I keep wanting to use the movie hangout curtains, but then that's another stuff pack which isn't needed. And there is a base game set of curtains, but they're quite childlike. They're not particularly adult, and they don't have many swatches on them. So it does get a little bit annoying. Like, I really wanted to have a green colour on the inside, like they painted the paneling green, but then I didn't have any base game curtains. You'll see the ones that I use, but there wasn't any base game ones that really suited green. I used the orange ones because everything else had clouds on it or something, and that didn't really suit the green colour, so I think I just changed it to a browner colour. And what's really annoying is that I didn't want to use any seasons in this, but I really don't like any of the other, like, spandrels. I think that's what they're called. I think I might get the word wrong, but I don't like any other ones except the ones from Seasons, because they're quite posh looking in my opinion. But the Seasons ones are like the most simple looking ones, and also with those columns that came with City Living. Didn't want to use those, using another another expansion pack, but it's just the way it is. I think quite a lot of people will have the expansion packs, maybe not so much the stuff packs, especially toddler stuff pack with some of the controversy around it. But I really like those string lights. I think they're so versatile in what you can actually do with them. It can, like, I know a YouTuber I watch called Kate Emerald, go subscribe to her, fantastic builds. She uses them in a Mediterranean build, and they looked really modern. But then I use them in this build, and they look not run down, but they're quite basic, and they kind of suit the aesthetic of like a cheap caravan. So they're so versatile, and I wish we got ones with this pack, but what can you do? I really do like that laptops came with this. I know that they're limited, that you have to have them on a desk, but it's nice. They can have their own, they can go to the bar and they can use their laptop. It just feels, you can go do more things in bars. If there's no computer there, you can take one with you. You don't need the tablet, which is limited, but you can go write a book in the bar. You can go write a book in the gym. If there's no computer there, you can go to somebody's house and use your own computer. I really do like they've added computers. Sorry, I had a moment there when I couldn't think of the word. So yeah, I think I'm mostly not finished, but kind of getting near towards the end of the build, really. I added in the shells because I like the way it looked, and then I do add in quite a few, as little Simsy calls it. She calls it the Yeehaw painting, and I thought I can't not leave that one out considering it came with a game pack. Doesn't really suit the build, but I like the look of it. I do add in quite a few of the posters, and as I added in the guy who works in the army, I thought I'd add in more like army related posters instead of like the conspiracy ones, because I didn't choose to have like a conspiracy theorist one. I did make him paranoid, my sim, but he's in my mind he's someone who's gone to the army, he works in the military, doesn't really understand what's going on, and then kind of is like quite patriotic when it comes to the military, and then he realizes, oh, there's a lot more coming on here. Well, here we are. I'm onto the screenshots. I hope you really enjoyed this build. I really like the way it turned out. When you see the outside of the house, it does look a little bit different. But if you enjoyed this build, please do give it a thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe. I will try and get back to your comments as quick as I can. And it all means the world to me. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you, everybody, and bye!